Please turn with me to book of Jude, letter of Jude. We're going to read verses 11 through 13. These are the words of God. Woe to them, for they walk in the way of Cain and abandon themselves for the sake of gain to Balaam's error, and perished in Korah's rebellion. These are hidden reefs at your love feast, as they feast with you without fear. Shepherds feeding themselves, waterless clouds, swept along by winds, fruitless trees in late autumn, twice dead, uprooted. Wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars for whom the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved forever. Please be seated. So in our section today, Jude's warning intensifies. He pronounces a woe, which is a prophetic judgment against these men. And this woe is not merely sorrow. It is a verdict, a declaration of divine judgment and recognition that those who follow the path of rebellion will reap its consequences. He says, woe to them for walking in Cain's way and abandoning what they knew for the sake of gain like Balaam, or perishing like Korah in rebellion. These Old Testament figures are not simply references, but are types of unbelief that play out in the life of someone within the covenant community. Cain, who refused correction and gave into envy and hatred, though God confronted him directly, Cain chose murder. Balaam, whose story is a little more complex, but he appears to have had genuine prophetic insight and spoke profoundly to the people of God. He even has messianic prophecies. But in the end, his heart was captured by ambition and selfish reward. And Korah, who rebelled against the anointed leaders, rejecting God's given order, which was egalitarian at its core. Jude goes on to give us these very vivid natural metaphors to describe these men. He says, they are hidden reefs at your love feast as they feast with you without fear, shepherds feeding themselves. They are dangerous and not always obvious. Like reefs just under the surface, they can cause structural damage to the body. They sit among the saints without fear, masquerading as shepherds, but they feed only themselves. He says they are clouds without rain, offering the appearance of spiritual depth, like storm clouds in dry land, but they have no water. Fruitless autumn trees that Jude calls twice dead, dead first in their trespasses, and now doubly dead, withered and fruitless. Wild waves, he says, chaotic and shameful. And lastly, he calls them wandering stars, destined for darkness. Rather than fixed points of light like stars used for navigation, they are wandering bodies, meteors burning for a moment, then vanishing into blackness. Their light is strange, and their course ends in utter darkness. Church, these warnings are given to us that we may be watchful and to see these things for what they are, to discern truth from deception and to stand firm in our faith, being watchful over our own hearts, lest seeds of envy, greed, or rebellion take root in us. But thanks be to God that as we see these dangers, we look to Christ, who is everything that these false teachers are not. He is the source of living water, not empty clouds. He is the true vine who bears fruit in due season, the good shepherd bringing peace, not chaos, and the bright and morning star who guides us faithfully. With that, church, lift up your hearts.
Lift them up to the Lord.